Yeah, man, I'm tired of them bitches. I'm tired of I'm tired of them bitches to the point where it's like the older you get, the more serious you want to get out of life, and your seriousness don't involve me, don't involve men. I'm tired of women bragging about their credit score and their LLCs and all this shit. I own my own business, and that you own your own business, but your business ain't making no money. Like, we're getting older, and for a woman my age, we're getting older. Let's start respecting and loving each other on each other. Stop making it all about you, all these fucking rules. Lower your fucking standard. I want me a little nice, young, tender something that's going to appreciate me, that's going to tell me I smell good, that's going to tell me they like my shoes sometimes. It's not all about you. And I think older women just got it fucked up to the point where you doing all this little girl shit, but you still acting like an old ass witch. So I like mine young and tender. I want mine young and tender and needy. I want to call me daddy and say, thank you, baby. Get your ass in that kitchen. You always want to go out to eat. Go cook a nigga something. The older you is, the more you should know. Know better and you do better. I went up a little bit too. I'm up to 40 right now, but I ain't going past 40 ever in my life. One thing about a younger woman, I know her angle. When she open her mouth, she gonna tell me what kind of woman she is off the rip. She don't got no hidden secrets.
All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, which is to say in the Paleo Hebrew, Yahweh, which is the name of our Heavenly Father, meaning He is, and that is who the world ignorantly calls God. Bahashim, which means in the name. Yahweh Shai, which means He is our salvation. And that is who the world also ignorantly calls Jesus, a so-called black man, who, by the way, only came for the Israelites, all right? Which brings us to our discussion / topic this morning, the vitality of a younger woman. The vitality of a younger woman, all right? As T Double D, also known as Trick Daddy Dollar, stated that he wants him a young woman, a young, tender, needy woman that would call him daddy, see? Because why? The presence of a younger woman makes an older man feel young again. They got an old saying that the old timers said back in my days, you make a older man wish for younger days. See? The vitality of a younger woman, an attractive younger woman, all right, restores a man's vitality, okay? And we're going to read the account where King David's servants tried to bring him a younger woman to do just that, to restore his vitality because he was stricken in years, okay? But when he couldn't retain that heat, that blood flow, they all but knew it was pretty much over. Because why? King David used to like to get it in, man, okay? Whether it was killing thousands, which is why he couldn't dedicate the temple because he had too much blood on his hand. So his son Solomon had to dedicate the temple, you know, or having a harem of women. Okay? So a younger woman can help restore can help restore the vitality in a man and an older man. All right? And as Trick Daddy Dollar said, he don't want an old woman that's with the young women shits. If that's the case, just get you a younger woman. Because then what? You can mold her into how you like. All right? As opposed to an older woman who's set in her ways and especially bringing unnecessary baggage into your life. Worried about a credit score, a LLC, all of this shit, man. They ain't worried about cooking. They ain't worried about cleaning. See, because why? She's been brainwashed or she's been manipulated by this goddamn system. Ran by who? Esau Edom, man. So just get you a younger woman. All right. Now, he said he moved his bar up to 40 recently, but before it was younger. And he's 50. So maybe he had his bar at 30 or something. See, but get you a younger woman, man. They keep you vibrant. They keep you vigorous. They keep your vitality. All right? Because all the older woman's going to do is impede on your peace, man. And make you, because that's all she wants, man. It says misery loves company. See, an older woman ain't going to know how to shut the hell up, man. You seen it. Granddad sitting there, grandma talking, you know, he got to ignore her, you know. A younger woman is going to be like a sponge, observing and taking all your knowledge in and learning from you, all right? So this is 1 Kings 1 in verse 1. It reads, now King David was old and stricken in years, and they covered him with clothes, but he got no heat. See? Wherefore his servant said unto, and matter of fact, let's look up that word heat, because it goes into multiple outline biblical usages. Okay? That's the Hebrew word.
Strong's H3179. Yachem. Yachem.
It goes in to be hot, conceive, qual, to be hot, become hot, to mate. See? So when they brought him this young harem, this young damsel, and he couldn't get his heat up, you know, they knew it was all but over, man. It says to mate, to be or become hot, figurative of anger. B, PL, to conceive sexually. To be in heat of animals. So they tried to get his blood, you know, stimulating by bringing him a young woman to get him more vigorous, to restore his vitality. Bring King David a young, beautiful woman, man. See? And it didn't work. Because why? He was at the end. Okay? He was at the end. But showing you that they understood that the youngness, the beautiful of a woman can restore or attempt to restore an older man's vitality. All right? So let's go back and read that. It says, now King David was old and stricken in years, and they covered him with clothes, but he got no heat. Wherefore his servants said unto him, let there be sought for my lord the king a young virgin. See? A young woman. Why? Because a young woman, especially an attractive young woman, can get the blood flowing. If you get my drift, okay? Can get the blood flowing, man. A young, attractive, beautiful woman, man. You can be damn near 100 years old, man, and you can still wish for those younger days, okay? Back when you can get it in, you know, multiple times, all right? See? It says, let there be sought for my lord the king a young virgin, and let her stand before the king, and let her cherish him, and let her lie in thy bosom, that my lord the king may get heat. See? So that he can get that vitality, okay? Because they didn't have what you call now those blue pills. All right? You know the blue pills that you take and you get up on. Start with a V, viac. You know the last part. They didn't have that, man. So a beautiful woman would do the job. Restore that heat. Get that blood flowing, man. See? So they sought for a fair damsel throughout all the coast of Israel and found Abishag, a Shunammite, and brought her to the king. Verse 4, and the damsel was very fair, so very attractive, very beautiful, man, and cherished the king and ministered to him, but the king knew her not. But still, he couldn't get it. He couldn't get that heat. All right, he couldn't get that vitality, man. So they knew. All right, King David was coming to the end, man. All right, because there was times where, you know, his wife, Saul's daughter, Michal, would accuse him for uncovering himself and showing himself to the servants, but he told her that he was dancing to praise who? Yahweh. And for that, he told her that she would not have a child. And that's just what happened. She went all her days without having a child, man. We're going to get that account in 2 Samuel. But let's get this that I pulled up on Google. And I typed in, did King David's servants bring him a young damsel to restore his vitality? Okay. Now let's see what it said. It says, yes, according to 1 Kings 1, chapter 1, verses 1 through 4, which we just went over, King David's servants brought him a young, beautiful virgin named Abishag the Shunammite to care for him and provide warmth in his old age. As David was old and weak, this was at the time recognized medical practice or prescribed treatment to restore his vital heat. See, they didn't have those blue pills back then in ancient times. So guess what? A young woman would get that blood flowing, stimulate that blood flowing, especially a very beautiful and attractive young woman. See? That wants to cater to you, that wants to cherish you, that wants to wait on you hand and feet and cook for you. You see? That don't care about a goddamn credit score and an LLC and all this other madness, man, that Esau puts as they continue their journey and becoming a so-called quote-unquote career woman. All right? And then they get in their 40s and 50s and then they think about settling down, man. For what? You pass your age of use, man, when you were young, when you can be, you know, used. And yes, women are property, man. Women are property, okay? That's why she's passed down or passed from her father to what? Her husband, all right? So don't get over dramatic. Oh, you said women are property. Yes, the Bible calls them property, man. All right? And property, not like you misabuse or mistreat them. Property like you cherish them, man. You got a fresh pair of J's. You don't wear them every day, okay? You may bring them out on an occasion or two. All right? You may have 100 pairs of shoes. You got your favorite pairs of shoes. See? You might like this pair of shoe more than you like the next pair of shoe. All right? And so what if I'm using the analogy of comparing a woman to shoes? All right? Just to show you that, you know, just because they're your property don't mean you mistreat them. Because if you got a expensive pair of shoes, you ain't going to just throw dirt on it and kick it. No. It's a certain way you're going to upkeep it. All right? Well, the same thing with your women, man. All right, because spoiler alert, if you haven't heard by now, we're going to have multiple women, wives, and concubines in the kingdom. And we're going to have our picks. which woman we choose to deal with on this day, this month, these years. Because why? We're going to be eternal. See? Mortality isn't going to have a impact on the Israelite man in the kingdom, man. And the women. See, all of Israel is going to be immortal, man. All right? Never to age. So our women are going to always look beautiful, man. Never to get sick. See, this is a thing of mortality, aging, getting sick, getting ailments. But in the kingdom, the Israelites, beginning with the men, aren't going to get sick, aren't going to age in all of Israel. All right? We're going to be forever vibrant, vigorous, have vitality. A little one should become a strong nation. How? By procreating. So it says, yes, according to 1 Kings 1, verses 1 through 4, King David's servants brought him a young, beautiful virgin named Abishag the Shunammite to care for him and provide warmth in his old age. As David was old and weak, this was at the time recognized medical practice or prescribed treatment to restore his vital heat, his vitality. Purpose, the goal was to provide warmth and act as a nurse companion to the frail king. The person they brought Abishag from Shunem, who was considered very beautiful. See? At the time, that was the practice. They didn't have the little blue pills. Okay? Result, while she lay beside him to keep him warm, because she was very beautiful, man. You ever lay down, you ever lay down next to a beautiful woman, man, you can't keep your hands off her, man. You get that blood flowing, you know what time it is, that heat. It says the Bible explicitly states that King David did not have sexual relations with her. Right. So you knew he had to be coming to the end, man. Significance. While it was not a sexual relationship, Abishag's presence as part of David's harem. What is a harem? A part of a collection of women. See? Later became a political issue in the royal succession struggle involving David's son Adoniah. All right? So the point is, let's look up that word vitality. She was brought in to restore his vitality. It says vitality is the capacity to live, grow, and develop, characterized by physical or mental vigor, energy, and a lively spirit. See? So she was brought in to get him lively again, man. Get King David a young, beautiful woman, man, so that he may be lively in spirit. Get him up, dancing around. Why? Because we're gonna read that in Acts in 2 Samuel 6, man. King David was lively, man. All right. So it says, in a lively spirit, it signifies a high state of health and wellness, offering benefits like improved quality of life, increased longevity, and reduced health care costs. It is improved through healthy choices like exercise, proper nutrition, and mindfulness, often supported by programs offering rewards and incentives for healthy behaviors. So let's get that account of 2 Samuel. All right, so this is the book of 2 Samuel chapter 6, and we're going to jump down to verse 20. It reads, Then David returned to bless his household, And Michal, the daughter of Saul, which was his wife, came out to meet David and said, how glorious was the king of Israel today, who uncovered himself today in the eyes of the handmaids of his servants, as one of the vain fellows shamelessly uncovered himself. See? So she accused him of uncovering himself for what? The purpose of his servants or his harem, his women, but he was doing the dance for who? He's going to tell you. It says, and David said unto Michal, it was before Yahweh, which chose me before thy father, who was her father Saul. It says, Saul slain thousands, but David tens of thousands. It says, which chose me before thy father and before all his house, to appoint me ruler over the people of Yahweh, over Israel. Therefore will I play before Yahweh. See, so David was dancing before Yahweh. See? It says, and I will yet be more vile than dust. Okay? And will be base in my own sight. And of the maid servants which thou hast spoken of them shall I be had in honor. See? Therefore Michal, the daughter of Saul, had no child unto the day of her death. Now let's read this in the NLT. That same part we just read. Click the parallel. Let's run it side by side. And then let's read the NLT, which is to the right. It says, when David returned home to bless his own family, Michal, the daughter of Saul, came out to meet him. She said in disgust, how distinguished the king of Israel looked today, shamelessly exposing himself to the servant girls like any vulgar person might do. David retorted to Michal, I was dancing before Yahweh, who chose me above your father and all his family. He appointed me as the leader of Israel, the people of Yahweh. So I celebrated before Yahweh. Yes, and I am willing to look even more foolish than this, even to be humiliated, slow down, get the word right. Even to be humiliated in my own eyes. But those servant girls you mentioned will indeed think I am distinguished. See? They'll think I'm distinguished. Okay? So Michal, the daughter of Saul, remained childless throughout her entire life. Didn't even get a child, man. See? Younger women make you wish for younger days, man. The vitality of a younger woman, all right? As T Double D, Trick Daddy Dollar said, I want me a young, tender, and needy woman that's going to call me daddy, okay? That's going to restore that vitality in you, man, all right? Because you want to enjoy your life, as much as possible, man. See, and a younger woman can bring that out in you, man. Okay? You don't want no old hag telling you about all this damn shit, man. Yeah, I need to get me a credit score and a 900 credit score and a LLC, and let's go out to dinner. Hey, man, get in there and cook something for once in a while, man. See, a young woman, you can bring her up and raise her up into your liking, okay? And she gonna cherish that, all right? So the vitality of a younger woman can bring and restore your spirit, all right? It's a practice that goes all the way back to the ancient days, okay? So I typed in this, does vitality help with sex? And it says, improving overall vitality defined as physical energy, hormonal balance, and cardiovascular health. directly boosts sexual desire, stamina, and function. Key components include regular exercise, a nutrient-dense diet, and stress management, which enhance blood flow and testosterone levels, which is only found in what? Men. Through specific supplements labeled Vitality can contain undisclosed risky prescription drugs, right? Which they didn't deal with that back then, see? Back in the old days, they had ways to not use these pharmaceutical, castrating agents, man. Get you a beautiful young woman, man. Okay, have her lay down next to you. That blood will start flowing. Shit, have her lay right up under your arm, man. It ain't gonna take too long. Have her call you daddy. You gonna get that thing gonna get, hey, you gonna shit. You watch and see, man. See? And he had a harem. Okay? So let's see that one more time.
Yeah, man, I'm tired of them bitches. I'm tired of them. I'm tired of them bitches to the point where it's like the older you get, the more serious you want to get out of life, and your seriousness don't involve me, don't involve men. I'm tired of women bragging about their credit score and their LLCs and all this shit. I own my own business, and that you own your own business, but your business ain't making no money. Like, we're getting older. For a woman my age, we're getting older. Let's start respecting and loving each other on each other. Stop making it all about you, all these fucking rules. Lower your fucking standard. I want me a little nice, young, tender something that's going to appreciate me, that's going to tell me I smell good, that's going to tell me they like my shoes sometimes. It's not all about you.
So what is he saying? That's going to cherish him, okay?
And I think older women just got it fucked up to the point where you doing all this little girl shit, but you still acting like an old ass witch.
You see, you doing all this little girl shit, but you still acting like an old ass witch. A hag, okay? That's gonna drain you, man. That type of behavior will drain your spirit, man. You gotta get you, hey, a younger woman will restore your vitality. An older woman will drain yours, okay? She'll drain your spirit, man.
So I like mine young and tender. I want mine young and tender and needy. I want her to call me daddy and say, thank you, baby.
See that? And guess what? A younger woman ain't gonna have any issues with that. All right?
Get your ass in that kitchen. You always want to go out to eat. Go cook a nigga something.
You think an older woman man, just look, come on, man. You think an older woman, in her 50s and 60s gonna go for that? Hell no, man. She gonna tell you to get in there and cook your own damn food, man. And you know it's true.
The older you is, the more you should know. You know better and you do better. I went up a little bit too. I'm up to 40 right now, but I ain't going past 40 ever in my life. One thing about a younger woman, I know her angle. When she open her mouth, she gonna tell me what kind of woman she is.
Well, 40 ain't too bad if you're in your 70s, but shit, you in your 50s, man. You should have kept it in the 30s at least. Or maybe in the 20s.
Off the rip. She don't got no hidden secret.
So let's go ahead and close out, I think the point was pretty much made. And we'll read 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 8. And it reads, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. All right? So just continue to, push, man, until we get to the kingdom. And then we're going to get it all, man. All right? We're not going to have to worry about our vitality, getting old, We're going to always have that drive, man. And everything we hit, every woman we hit, we going to knock her up, man. See? We ain't going to have to worry about, damn, man, am I going to have to take a blue pill tonight to get it up, so I can perform? No, man, we going to get it in, man. All right? We going to get it in. We're going to be fruitful and multiply, man. The natural way, okay? And we're going to all have, Big Johnsons, as they say, man. Because why? Our blood going to be flowing. Because why? We're going to have real food, man. Okay? We're going to have a high sex drive in the kingdom, man. That's going to be one of the perks and benefits of being an Israelite man. You're going to be laying it down, man. See? Right now, we in this goddamn captivity, man. Laying it down, putting it down ain't the same. You got to get up and go to work. You can't really get it how you want it, man. Unless you got a day off the next day. See, and then your woman, she'll tell you she don't want to do it at night. Well, guess what? That's why we got other women, man, to give you a break. See? To give you a break. And when you on your flowers, all right? See? So it's all going to be beautiful for us brothers, man, in the kingdom. And you Israelite women as well, man, because you're going to be immortals as well. All right? You ain't going to never age. You're going to always look beautiful. All right? Long flowing hair. Sisters going to get their hair back. They're going to be looking beautiful once again as the daughters of Israel, man. The daughters of Zion. All right? They going that stink going to be removed from off of them. Speaking particularly of the southern kingdom. All right? But we're going to be all good as a nation in general once we get into the kingdom. The 2/3 of our people, they're going to have to perish on this side, and then they'll be brought back in the kingdom through the elect that make it. All right? So we're going to all be good, man. All right? We just got to continue to push and endure to the end. So in that case, we have to do what? Be sober. Be vigilant. Why? Because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. All right? So just continue to push, man, and know that better days are on the horizon, okay? The kingdom, we can't imagine how wonderful it's going to be, man. And part of the kingdom is, yes, having sex, man. All right? We're going to have to bring back the nation. All right? How you think that's going to happen? Through the act of sex, man. By what? Young, vigorous men with high vitality, sex drive, and they're going to get it in, man. All right? A woman going to be young. A woman going to be attractive. A woman going to be very beautiful, waiting on us, seeing what we like, how we like it, and acquiescing to our every demand, man. Okay? And they not going to be as an old hag and give us lip. Because why? They're going to be forever young, forever attractive, forever calling us daddy or yes, my Lord. See? When your woman called you Lord before, bet you she ain't never called you Lord. But in the kingdom, she going to call you Lord if that's what you like. Yes, my Lord. See? So just hold on, brothers. It's going to get better, man. All right? And going into Jacob's trouble, it's going to be known who is the elect, who the Lord dealing with. And you can bet whoever the Lord is dealing with, that person's face is going to shine because of that wisdom. And women are going to flock towards that person, that brother. And it's going to be up to his discrepancy whether or not he deals with them. So brothers are going to get some of that taste on this side of the kingdom, especially during Jacob's trouble. All right? So just continue to endure fighting to the end. And hey, the kingdom is within arm reach, man. Okay? Prophecies are jumping off the page. All right? Yahushua is getting ready to return. Abarathas, our Father will. All right? He sends his only begotten son sooner rather than later. And we vehemently believe that's coming soon to pass because of everything that's happening in the world today. All right? So with that being said, pray someone was edified through this lesson. And until the next time, if it be the Lord's will, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, stay strong, stay in the faith. We're almost home. Shalom. Peace.